What's going on, everybody? Doc from Average Gamer Guy is back yet again. More crate openings. We're going right into it. You know what we're doing. More PCCs. More crazy crate opening action. Sit back, relax, enjoy this. Hopefully we get some awesome items. Enjoying some more double painted. You know what we're doing. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you are tuning in, sincerely, thank you so much. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got a bunch of other stuff coming in the future, in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. We're just really grinding this out. So we're going to have a bunch of crate openings. If this is the first one you're tuning into, we've got a couple other ones that you can go and check out. All recorded during the double painted weekend. At this point, really not sure when these are going to go up, because we're going to space them out, make sure that we got daily content at least for the next couple of weeks. And we just know you guys love the crate openings. First couple of sessions did really good, and we had to continue the series, of course, and we had to knock out PCCs because we love the PCCs and they love us. Been here a while. Thank you again for the continued support. Like I said, all the comments, the likes, the views, just everything from the entirety of where we started at to where we are now, especially during these weekends and during these long series. Just thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate all the support. Appreciate pulling some regular Zombas. That's okay. And just, it's been a blast. That's all I can say. Been an absolute blast. This weekend has been back-to-back Infiniums, painted and certified. Those are saffron. There we go. So the 50-50 luck coming in already. And that's a good start. Not quite as good as the last one, with literally the first pull being lime Zombas. But we'll take some lime or saffron, I think, Infiniums, and not be too sad about it, for sure. So it's just been an absolute blast. I know I feel like I'm going to get a little repetitive at this point, because I'm going to keep saying thanks just for all the support, for the streams and everything else that we got going on. It just has been a ton of fun, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. The nice part about this is not that it's easy, but it's just so much fun. These are so much just such a blast to be able to do, share my experience with you guys. And like I said, hopefully this might go up when it's still double painted weekend. Again, I'm not really sure. Hopefully, if it does, hopefully you get a little, maybe last opportunity, crack a couple crates. See if your double painted luck can pay off for you. If not, and you resisted the temptation, which is really what this is for a lot of folks. If you resisted the temptation, hopefully you made some good opportunities if you're into the trading scene during this double painted weekend. I know a couple people have been able to do that, and been able to kind of turn some items, build their inventory just a little bit, which is a good opportunity, especially if you're sitting on some crates, especially some of the new crates. Even PCC's doing pretty good. PCC imports also trading pretty well. So like I said, hopefully sit back, relax, just hang out with us as we run through these and see what we're able to get for this third installment of our double painted opening series. Hopefully we'll be mixing it up here. Look at these imports back to back to back. Should be mixing it up probably the next one or two, maybe swapping out, doing a couple of different crates. But we're gonna stay pretty true to the PCCs, just because these things are freaking solid and have been really good to us, especially in the first two openings of this. There's some black certified Reapers, and this one has not started off too terrible either. Some pretty good items, bunch of imports, which we're happy to see. But this is our crate, man. This is our crate. If you guys know, if you've been here a little while, this crate is really, it's done us good. It's done us good. It's got us some really cool moments. We've opened a ton of just amazing items. We were on that hunt for white Zombas for like ever, and last double painted weekend really blessed us with picking up not only one but multiple pairs, a couple of PCC pairs, a couple of pairs from CC4s. Both from the crate openings and from the trade ups, which was just absolutely nuts. So big fan of these crates, and items in them, they do pretty good. We've already been able to snag, again, if you haven't seen the first series of these, go check them out, please. Really do. They were really good. We started off with a really amazing totally awesome crate opening. Rolled into 2 really good PCC openings as well. But we've, already been able to pick up a pair of white Dracos, which is really solid. So, I mean, we may be able to see some white Zombas here in the course of this. I would hope. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Come on, Psyonix. Putting in the... Come on now. Do it. Oh, please. Oh, I was going to say, if I would have called it right there, the episode would have been over. I would have literally ended it. Would have been done. There would have been no more. But we'll take some sky blue Infiniums. I'll take some white Infiniums too. So far, not doing too bad. Still rocking. Still, I mean, it's kind of crazy how we've been able to do on the exotics, especially last crate opening, last series of this was pretty insane, the amount that we get. And I did want to talk about that a little bit. So I'm actually going to pull this up here as we kind of rock and roll through these. But I do want to talk about crate odds because I think it's always important just to know what you're dealing with and kind of how double painted weekend affects it. As far as the attributes, but it does not affect the rarity. I don't know what's going on here. We're frozen up a little bit. It does not want me to open that crate. Did I open an item? Hang on, I gotta check this. That was a little weird. I don't remember. I think that was... I might be getting hacked. I hope not. Alright, let's try this here. This is being a little goofy. Okay, we're back at it. I don't know what that was. That was weird. Is it going to work out for us? Okay, so... what? My voodoo magic worked, I guess? The last time I was like, these are gray or black, right? The last time I was like, sure, these were gray or black. Now I have no idea. These might be white. These legitimately may be white. I have to check. I have to know. I have to know. Let's go. I don't have a ton of wheels. These should be right up at front. These are gray. Okay. So we got gray. I don't know. Don't ask me. I was for sure the first pair was when we pulled them in the first opening. Right there, I honestly thought those were white. So when it comes to Dracos and the colors of black, gray, or white, I'm just not going to say anything anymore. Whatever they did in this screen, they changed it up, and it's just... I'm going to do a side-by-side at some point and look at both videos from the pair I just pulled of the gray ones to the white ones. They look so similar. They need to... I don't know. They toned it down for the white or something. Whatever they did, I don't... That was goofy. Totally happy about gray Dracos, by the way. Don't not get me wrong. That's another solid pull. Again, we're just blowing these exotics out of the water, which is just insane. So let's talk about rarities a little bit, just to cover with everybody. And this is posted and published with Psyonix and Rocket League for what drop rates out of crates and using their key system is. So let me run it down. Double painted doesn't affect anything except for the attributes. I was gonna say, come on, man. Even the fact that we got another exotic is insane. But double painted and double drop does not affect anything except for the painted attribute, okay? So that's important to note. So everything else I'm about to read here stays the same no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's what crate it's coming out of. This is just the percentages that they run with and they use. So anytime you open up a crate, you have a 55% chance to pull a rare item. Subsequently, you also have, these are white and certified, beautiful. Subsequently, you also have 28% to pull a very rare item. You have a 12% chance to pull an import. You have a 4% chance to pull an exotic item, and then you have a 1% chance to pull a black market. So what's nuts about that is we've just pulled just an insane amount over the last, and 200 crates is a lot, so that's a pretty good sizable amount. But within 30 crates, we pulled five painted exotics on the last opening. We're doing really well here to have pulled 3 or 4 already, and we're 40-ish odd crates. So we're definitely, I feel like, whooping the percentages on that. Now, over the course of time, that will balance out as it does. It's purely RNG because it's 4% for whenever you use the key and open that crate. That's essentially the dice roll you get. So it doesn't matter that I'm opening a bunch of these in a row, or if I was to space them out 5 minutes apart, does not matter. Every time I use and open a crate, use a key and open a crate, that's what the system runs through, and I'm just pulling those percentages. So I think that's important. And I do want to continue to talk about it. So again, normally, not during a double painted weekend, you have a 25% chance to have that item get painted. You have 25% chance for that item to get certified, and you have a 25% chance if the item can come special edition. Those are individual 25%. So it essentially rolls, think of it this way, it rolls 3 dice. Once it determines the item, it rolls 3 dice and determines if it's going to come painted, certified, or be special edition. Obviously, during a double painted weekend, you get 2 times the chance of that. So it goes up to 50%. So it's really more like a coin flip at that point if it's going to be painted. Now, with all that being said, golden pumpkins, golden eggs, golden items do vary a little bit as far as what you can pull out of them, as well as their painted and certified attributes, which is good to know. So that's why opening golden eggs, golden pumpkins, it's not really, you don't gain any benefit from doing it during a double painted weekend. However, they become much better when it's not a double painted weekend because you essentially get the same effect. Now, interestingly, they do change up the drop rates for those golden items. So you have a 50% chance for a rare, 30% chance for a very rare. You have a 100% chance to get infiniums. I'm just kidding. You have a 15% chance for an import, 4% for exotic, and 1% for black market. So exotics and black markets, they stay the same, but you get a slight downtick in the rare percentage and slight upticks in the very rare and the import, which I think is nice because it makes, again, the golden eggs, pumpkins, golden gifts, it makes those a little bit more enticing to open up. Now on those, again, remember, this does not get affected during double painted weekend, but on those you have the 50% chance to get it painted. You also have a 50% chance to get it certified. So I just want to cover that a little bit. Sometimes there's a lot of discussion. There is definitely a lot of misconception out there about the golden items during double painted weekends. They've tried to clarify it in the past, but that message hasn't really gotten out to everybody. So I thought it would be beneficial for you guys as we're running through this, just to kind of talk about that, run the percentages down. Again, I can post the link to this published article on Rocket League's website for their rates. It was, honestly kind of cool that they put that out there, and I think that's important that people know it. Interestingly enough, as well, it's important to understand how this system works, and there was a lot of debate at first of how the system determines and when it determines what you're going to get, whether it's determined when you get the crate from the drop or whatever the case may be, right? So this is how the system works. First, the system determines the rarity level of that item, right? So it's going to roll the dice, it's going to play that percentages, and it's going to determine if you get a rare, very rare, import, exotic, or black market. Again, based on the percentages that we went for the different types of crates that we've got. Now, once it does that, the system then determines which item within the group is dropped. So if there's 3, like PCCs, there's 3 imports. It's going to roll. I'm going to land on import. I'm going to land that percentage. It's then going to roll essentially and determine what of those 3 items. So I've got a 33% chance to pick up, a Comet or a Twinzer or a Jaeger. Once it does that, after it's picked that up, finally it's going to use those attribute percentages, and it's going to determine if it's going to drop painted, certified, and or special edition. So it's important to understand that, and this happens essentially as soon as you open the crate with a key or a decryptor. Okay, so it's not determined when the crate drops. It's nothing like that. As soon as I click use this key, that little loading system right there is essentially the system running those calculations and figuring out that I'm getting a Dominus funny book painted, ironically enough. So it picked rare first, then it picked the item, the funny book, and then it determined, hey, I'm gonna in this case, I'm going to flip that coin, and I'm going to get that item. So I want to run through that. I thought that was interesting. I do like to reference back to this every once in a while. And it is interesting over the course of a long weekend like this, all the crates that we're going to open. I probably won't run the percentages myself, but it is kind of nice to just have that in the background to see how we're doing on the double painted weekend, and if we're kind of staying in line with the percentages that are listed, or if we're able to beat them. It feels like, again, in the long term, we'll probably baseline out. We know we'll baseline out to these percentages. However, it feels like, especially for these last two openings, the amount of exotics that we've gotten have been really, really good. So I'm pretty happy with that. If we were able to pull 6 exotics out of 100 crates, we're at about a 6%, which is pretty good. So we're beating the average. Now, granted, comparative to the first one, I think in the first episode we only got maybe 2 or 3 exotics. So again, we're evening out, but important to note. So if you've got any questions about that, like I said, we've talked about it before. I've covered it before on the channel, but I thought it'd be interesting to kind of talk about it again and run it through as we're talking about double drop rate weekends and everything else that we got going on. So I figured it would be a good topic to cover. Now, let's get back to the crates. Not bad, honestly, for this one. We'll see how we finish up. We got 15 left. We got the Dracos. We got some Infiniums. We've got some unpainted Zombas. I mean, it was bound to happen where it wasn't going to be as crazy, but these are still really good, and we're picking up a lot of other good stuff inside of that. So I'm definitely not disappointed. I would like to see a black market, maybe, but if we don't get it, we don't get it. We've definitely gotten enough black markets already up until this point through the first couple series of openings. But it would be nice to be able to pick one up. We had a pretty good streak running as well, especially with PCC crates, of picking up black markets as we were doing them. So I'm definitely, I kind of want to, I think that streak, no, I'm pretty sure the streak did get broken. It would have happened during not double painted when we were opening stuff up. We've been on a pretty good streak here with double painted, so we'll see how we can do. But again, hopefully you guys are enjoying, having an absolute blast getting these done, trying to save up my voice a little bit because we've got some other streams and other stuff. Again, I have to record these all prior to the weekend being over, but again, you may not see it until after the double painted weekend is complete. But just had a blast doing some stuff with Sloth. He was able to get some things together, do some crate openings, crate battles. I think if you may not have seen it yet. If you haven't, it's coming up, or if you have, you know how we did. I don't know, because again, I don't know how the scheduling of these is going to come out, but just been a blast. Been a fun weekend for these. I think the new crate is good. Been a big fan of it. We'll probably see another opening of those as well. I'm not really sure. We're still working through the planning stages on some of that stuff, but a lot of content coming. Gonna stay up with it. So hopefully you guys enjoy daily crate opening videos, because we're gonna have at least a couple of them for the next week or so, maybe a little bit longer than that, which I'm super stoked for. And then we can get back into some oh yes, there we go. This is one of the best looking cars painted black, in my opinion, hands down. Looks so good. The whole thing being painted black just makes this thing just pop. Just so beautiful. I fell in love with the Twinser when it was first released because of the painted black version. This thing looked absolutely phenomenal. I'm happy we picked up. That's a good pull. I know it's not a painted exotic or anything like that. No, it's not a black market, but that's really, really solid. We'll finish it off with a funny book. That's okay. So no black market. We got that streak broken a little bit, but let's see how we did. Take a little stock of the inventory. Obviously, the black Twinser we just pulled. Really happy about that one. That one's pretty cool. We got some Sweeper Pinky on mains. We got oh my gosh, we got Striker Titanium White Reapers. Our Striker luck has been pretty dang good over the course of these last couple of episodes. So we got Paragon White and then Striker White on the Reapers. Really solid pulls. We got a Crimson Jaeger and Sky Blue, so we got some good stuff there. Tactician Cobalt Lone Wolf is also not bad at all. Let's see how we did. Oh wait, was this was gray? I thought that one might have been black, but that's okay. We got a bunch of white on those. Bunch of good stuff for trade ups. We got Guardian Titanium White, so we did really well on the Titanium White wheels here in the very rare slot at least. We picked up those Gray Dracos, which is pretty cool. Purple Show Off Lone Wolf. We got Sky Blue Infiniums. We got Show Off Black Reapers. Did really well on Reapers. Black Lone Wolf, really solid pickup. And then the Aviator Lime Infiniums. So really good. Again, 3 painted exotics. Some really good solid painted imports, and especially in the very rare slot. So really knocking it out on this one. Again, hopefully you guys are enjoying. Thank you so very much for watching. Again, really do appreciate all the support. Leave a comment down below. Just let us know how you're enjoying it. Let us know what you got going on or what you did this past weekend, if the weekend is over at this point. And just again, thank you so much for the support to the channel, continuing to grow. And it's all because of you guys. It's all because of you guys hanging out, chilling, watching the videos, and just being cool people. So I've been Dr. from Average Gamer, guys. As always, thank you so very much for watching. We will definitely catch you in the next video. Peace.